Now folks, dealing with the RR, which is recent century. The recent, for example, if we have the year 2000 or 2050 or 1950, let me show you an example. When I running an example like this one, let's consider I have a date function, year 50 0102, and YY, the first two digit of the year, the 2 digit of the month, the 2 digit of the day. So I take this string right here and convert this string to a date function. So then you're going to tell me 0 when I ran this one, and also do the same one for another date. And I'm going let's say one of them, let me put RR, one of them put YY. Let me change this one. Which one? Let me change this one to RR, and this one I'm going to consider YY. Let me run this example and see what is the result. The result when I run it, it should be exactly remain the same. Let's look at it. And again it's going to tell me January 0250 and 0250, but this is confusing. What you mean by 02 January 50? January 2nd 2050 or 1950? To make that one clear, I ran another example. This is the date, the same date function that I had right here. I'm going to convert it the same date this string we converted to date. Now I'm asking another to convert to chart to display the 4 digit of the year. Give me the year. This one is confusing. I don't know what you mean. You mean 1950 or 2050? Which one is two? Okay, to make this one clear, if I ran this example, it's going to show me one of them is 1950, which is recent century, and one of them YY, it's going to return me 2050. Let's try this one. And if I ran this example, you're going to see one of them display 1950, the other display 2050. What is said right here, it means when you use recent century, 1950 is much more closer to this date for me compared to year 1950 2050. So you're going to say still 1950 is closer to this string than this string when you use RR. So what is the purpose? If you would like to find out closest century, use RR in your format. If you want to find out the let's say current date, recent current date, use YY. So you're going to determine between, if we get rid of this, it should be 1950 or, and this is 50 or 2050. So if I'm going to undo, you're going to see 1950 2050. So RR is recent century, YY is current year. When we're asking 4 digit, you're going to say by the I can see this one YYMMDD. For this one is 2050. I believe I ran another example right here, and this example also, even if I'm going to using the whole YY and RR, this one I use YY, converted to date I use YY, and I use YY. So you're going to return 2050, 1950. If the same format, same text, I grab it right here and display RRR, you're going to display me again recent century is 2050, and previous century is going to be 1950. Thank you. And let me close this page.